Hey everybody. Today I'm putting together Mr. Kate accent cabinet Magnolia oak table. So I'm not going to say a whole lot, but you watch as I put together. We'll see how long it takes. I already took it out of the box. I already put all the pieces together and all the parts are here. So all we got to do is the assembly. We'll see how well that works. Step one, which is board A, which is this board here. We're going to need bag 6, 9, and 21. So there's 6, 9, 21. And 7 and 22 are in there because those parts are in that bag together. And all the bags are labeled with a number as well. So when you're checking your parts, it'll tell you which bag number's here too and each piece that's in there. So I have all my bags and all my pieces here. So I got board A right there. See it? The little A right there. And we're gonna need Phillips head screwdriver. Toolbox, Phillips head screwdriver right there. This Phillips head screwdriver. And then we are going to attach 21, 6. So I'm going to flip this board to orient out the picture because there's one hole here, 2 holes here. Hey Goldie. How you doing? Been a minute. All right, so we got a wall anchor here. I'm gonna put that wall anchor up here so I don't lose it. We got the screw here, a long screw. I'm gonna put that long screw up here. We got the little screw here. It's gonna say screw 6, so it's the little one. And this is gonna go here. So we're going to put that in. I also have a handy dandy cordless drill. There's Kylian here. Kylian, you want to help? He's going to come in and out as we do. I'm just kind of putting this together. So I'm just kind of lightly put that there. Part A, and then we need to put our pegs, our M8 20mm pegs, which are in bag 9. And I think I just laid bag 9 back up top here. So it says we're going to need 4 of these pegs out of bag 9. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they're going to go on there's 4 holes here. They're going to go on the exterior of the hole. And they're going to be pushed in. Which looks like it's going to be a little bit of a wiggle. Push in? Oh, they get screwed in. Alright, it doesn't specify there, it just says you screw them in. Oh, there's a little picture over here. So we're going to screw that in gently. In place. 1. 2. 3. And Next, step 2 is section D. Use 1 drop glue on dowel hole, which it comes in bag 16, some wood glue. So I have wood glue. I'm going to use what it comes with. We're going to do the full repetition here. So that's going to be in board D. I'm going to move board A out of the way for the moment. Put up here on board C, so hopefully I don't forget. Grab board D. Bring board D over here. Use 1 drop glue on the dowel hole, which is the interior. There's 4 holes on the outside. It's going to be the interior 2 holes on each side. We're going to put a dab. Use 1 drop glue on the dowel hole. Should be on the hole or in the hole. I'm going to say in the hole. And attach 1, which is bag 1. There's dowels in here. We're going to need 8 dowels all together, but only 4 on 4 on shelf D. Use 1 drop glue on the dowel hole. Attach 1 to B, C, and D. Attach 9, which is the metal clasps I just put on over here on this, to B and C is illustrated. So board D just gets the dowels on the side, on the 2 inside. So I'm going to get a little rag here, just to keep cleaning up a little bit easier, just in case I make a mess, because I'm known to make a mess once in a while. And a little dab on there, down, squeeze that around, put that in. Next dowel, a little glue, squeeze it around there on the sides. It almost doesn't even look like wood glue, almost. It's white. So, gonna push a little mess on the sides there because I don't want it to squeeze too much. Flip it and put a glue in this hole and this hole. We'll put it around the sides here. Probably don't need to because it's going to juice out, but I just like to make sure for good coverage. So far, enough glue for those 2 items, those 4 pegs. Put that there, and I'm going to set board D back over here to the side. Here, I'm going to just put it over here. And then board C, which is the one sitting on top of under board A. Then it is calling for, on board C, make sure everything's oriented right. Okay, it's facing the correct direction. So we need 2 of the number 9 metal screw pegs here. That's what they look like. That's what I was screwing in. It's like with a Phillips head. Here, there's 2. We go on the left side of the board. On the exterior hole, there's 4 holes. These 2 are going to go on the outside holes here. So 1 and 2. And then it is saying 2 dowels on the inside hole. Here, there's 4 holes, 2, I'm going to put some glue in those holes, 2 more dowels, just put a little bit on the side. Put that in, squishes out, a little bit on the sides here, squishes out. All right. And then on to board B, which is this board right here. We switch you out and put C down here. Double checking the orientation of the board to match the orientation in the picture. That faces that way. Holes are up here. 3 holes here. There's 4 little holes. 2 big holes in the right. Okay, so we're going to do the same, similar. We got 2 of the metal Phillips head screw pegs. Again, those are going to go on the exterior hole of this board B. Now, you don't necessarily have to use a cordless drill or electric screwdriver. You probably want to, you're just now starting out, you're not familiar with the power of your tools. A regular handheld one would probably be best so you don't over torque it and tear up the wood, because this is pressed, was that pressed wood particle board? Wood. This isn't hardwood, so it'd be easy to really tear through it if you give it too much power. And then the dowels, we got 2 more of the dowels left. I get my hand on it. That one. So far the instructions are really simple on this, and they're really easy to follow because it's telling you what bag to get what part out of. Easy to follow. Glue in the hole. Glue in the hole. Put a little round dowel here. Squish it. Squish. Squish, there's just something soothing about putting glue on things. Squish, squish. All right. Tie that in the way. Put the cap on the glue. And put that to the side, out of the way right now. Over here. All right, next step. Step 3. It's calling for bag 11. It's got 4 of these. I'm sure it's got a name. Interesting special machine screws. They are hex ends, and they're flat with a little hex in here. So there's 4 of these, and these are gonna go, okay, so they're gonna go on E, which is what's in here. So I'm gonna leave those there. I'm gonna move this down, move this board up. I'm actually gonna reorganize these boards here just because it's got A, B, C, D, E, F, and the backing, which I'm going to call G. I don't see a sticker on it, might be on the inside of it there. So I'm going to move the legs out for J. Let's see, bag 10, 13, 12, bag 11, which we already used, get that out of the way. 2 brass handles. These bags over here so I can see the numbers on it. There's 4 more little dowels. I have bag 2, which doesn't call for that yet. All right, and this is, I'm gonna put the wall anchor over here for now. And it is saying that we're going to need bag 11, which for those special screws, and that's going to be the wall screw that was in there too. I'll put that over here with the anchor. And we're going to need a hex tool in this bag. So sometimes you got bits for your screws or have other tools that came with that. A lot of shelves that you put together come with the tools that they need to use on that. Mine typically don't come with Phillips head screwdrivers or flat head. All right, so now we need J's, which are the foot pegs. Bring these in here. And it says we're going to attach those. Just going to put that there. Insert the machine screw into the hole. I'm going to hand tighten it right now. See how far I can go with just my fingers. That's not even going in the hole here. There we go. Is it catching on anything? There we go. So, and now I'm screwing. I may have a bit. Let's see. Oh, no, I'll go off. Let's see. Yep. That one will work. That's the correct size. I'm afraid I shouldn't say that one will work. There you go. That's the correct size. There you go. That one in. Very good. Very good. I'm going to hand tie it the rest of the way just because I don't want to damage it. I know I got my back. I shouldn't have my back, you guys. There we go. Nice and snug. Okay, foot peg number 2. And then I'm going to hand snug that. Bring my chair over here. So far, it's really a simple putting together. Not too complicated. The level of difficulty they say on it is medium. Right between easy and tough is what it says. So, was looking at reviews on it, and it was kind of like, I saw a lot more positive reviews than negative reviews, but like the people who gave it negative reviews were like 1 star, a couple, maybe a couple 2 stars. And I think that it was like, I don't know if they were following the instructions. They didn't give any pictures of these people that gave the negative reviews. But I mean, because sometimes people don't read the instruction all the way through. They don't count all the parts. They don't make sure they have everything. They don't use the proper tool they need to use, or they forget something. So the experience becomes unpleasant. So they want to blame the product or the manufacturer when it was really operator error on it. So, I mean, some of the things I say that didn't feel sturdy. I mean, this stuff is heavy. I mean, it even though it's pressed particle board, I mean, it is dense. I mean, it's not. This is not light whatsoever. I actually had to have someone help me bring it in off the porch when it was delivered into the house, because that's how heavy this box is. And I had to just kind of scoot it over to the dining room here. All right. That one's in. Finish that one up here in a minute. And tighten that. I'll just go ahead and put this one in. Now what I gotta do is hand tighten it. I'm just giving these a nice little, just get it in enough that I don't have to get my fingers. Sometimes doing that little bit of work hurts my hands. Finger work. Yeah, I put a couple weeks ago. I put a Flabo, TV unit and shelving together up in my son's room. So there's another live video on that one. It's really kind of cool. You should check it out. It's kind of similar, not the same color and material, but it's kind of got open braiding like these cabinets do here. Because look at this. I think that's what it just kind of reminds me of, kind of like a really cool farmhouse feel with this metal grating that's in it. I just think it's kind of really neat. I know when my wife was having me look at it, I was like, yeah, first I was again skeptical, reading the reviews, and I was like, you know what? And after reading, I was like, section B, C, and D. All right. So D. Yeah, here, you can come in here and drink. Come on.
I snuck on you.
Oh, and then will you bring me your iPad? Because your brother was trying to call me while I'm doing it live, and I want to do a FaceTime on your iPad to him and see what he wanted. And while I'm putting this together too. Let's see here. So we don't need E right at the moment.
But I'm watching my video.
Okay, well you watch your video then. I'll call your brother back in a little bit. So, I need D, which is here. That is it's gonna face me this way. It's exactly the same on front, top and bottom, front and back, top and bottom, front and right and left, I should say. This is the top, and I'm going to get B here. All right, so I'm going to need to move all these parts up. So I'm going to need B on the left. We're going to call it left California, and we're going to need C on the right, which is going to call New York, you know, because New York's on the right and California's on the left. You're facing the US. Little strategy there. So C, which has the pegs. Okay, so the metal pegs here. And it's going to go, we're going to slide the metal pegs into there's 4 holes and the 2 pegs. But I wonder if I should put some glue. It's just the only glue that went in. But there's no glue that goes into these holes. Which, I don't see why we shouldn't put a little glue on there. It doesn't say. Kylian, Daddy needs your expertise here. Daddy needs your expertise here. Can you come here?
What?
I need your expertise. I need your help. Because you're so awesome. I need you to hand me something. Do you see that tube of glue with the red cap on the chair over there? Will you please hand that to me, sir? Thank you, my son. All right, here you go. You're awesome. Thank you. Big help. And it says we need part 20 out of bag 23, which are the cam locks here. And that's going to kind of sit there for a second. But a cam lock are these round little pieces of metal discs that once you put them in the hole, you put them in the hole in the peg and you twist, and let's say there's that metal peg that's in here. Let me show you. Did I use them all? Oh, I should have. I used them. Okay. So I'll use this screw. Imagine that funny looking peg that I screw down in here. What it does is it goes up into the hole. The cam lock goes in there in the other hole this way, and as you twist it, it locks. As such, it'd be like that's where it goes and it locks, so it holds the screw in place. So, I mean, it could be sturdy. You know, some people might not like that. It's not like having a dovetail or having other joints or secured, but I mean, it's just, again, you're talking manufactured parts for retail sale. There's the glue that's schmooped out there. I personally, I'm going to put a little, it doesn't call for it, but it's not going to hurt because these dowel rods are going to go into these holes. So I'm just going to put a little glue there. Again, not necessary, you're going to have these cam locks, but it makes me feel good. So they're going to go in here, squeeze that, keep that flat. These cam locks are going to go in here. It's positioned over the peg, metal peg. On that one, we're going to position this over the metal peg. In this one, and right now, if I brought the camera over here, you're going to see that there's a gap here, pretty significant gap. But as you turn that lock, it's going to squeeze those pieces, joints together. Oh yeah, nice and tight, right there. And there's a little glue oozed out on that side, which is okay. It's okay. Let me scoot that over. That is C. We're gonna need B. Bring B around. Oh, I guess I could show you even a better picture on this. So when you're have that metal peg and this goes through that hole here, it's gonna slide over that, and when you twist it, it's gonna lock it in too. So that's kind of how that looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little glue in that hole. There's a glue in this hole. Like that. Valves. Here, in there, okay. Put the cam locks in. Cam lock. She's in. And to squeeze it. I don't know if you can see, maybe if I tilt it this way a little bit. I don't want to do it too much because I don't want that ends to hang. You can see maybe like a gap here. And that gap's going to close. I tighten it. Those cam locks. There we go. Nice and tight. Okay. That one's got like a bigger head on it. And these Phillips heads on these cam locks are pretty. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Yep. All right. So there's that. A little glue oozed out, which is okay, just right there. Don't mind it at all. I'm going to take these remaining 4 cam locks, put them over here, because we will need those. I can tell that that's where the other four cam locks are going to go. There's 2 here, and there's 2 here on this side that you can't see. So that is step 4. Oh, I guess I didn't look closely enough. That's my bad. So, in the instructions, it does say here, glue that little hole like I just did. So, I didn't see that. It was smaller writing. Step 5. Okay, it looks like it's going to be complicated. We're going to be putting the top on. But this one is going to be board A. Okay. So we're going to have to swivel this around because this is going to go on like that. And to put the parts on as needed. So this is the front, this part here is the front of the cabinet. So it needs bag 12. Bag 12, which is 2 wood screws, Phillips head, 15 millimeter. Bag 13, which looks like 4 laminate discs, kind of the shape of the Magnolia wood that probably will cover, most likely will cover these holes when we put the cam lock in, I bet. Yes, that's what those will go for. Wood glue. Go over here and get the trusted wood glue. Did I show you in my pocket? I just sure did. Wood glue in my pocket. Yes. And then the magnetic latch, bag 19, which is actually 18 and 19, and parts 18 and 19. and then 4 cam locks, which are those 4 remaining cam locks I have. So I'll put these remaining bags over here, as we don't need them right now. So, step 5.1, attach A to B, C. Okay, as illustrated. Oh, and the 4 remaining holes, large holes here, because you got 2 little holes here, that's going to be what the magnetic door lock's going to go to. We're going to go ahead and put glue in those holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll put a little bit more on that one. I kind of get loose on that one. All right. So now, and I'm going to shorten this. This is an anchor that ends up anchoring to the cabinet to the wall. I'm going to bring that in because when I lift this up, I don't want that metal to scratch my table. So, and it's slit. It's a plate, so you can slide it back and forth. So those metal dowels insert into the hole, into the cam lock hole. I'm going to go ahead and move these cabinet doors over here for now. That away. Put these cam lock pegs in the cam lock hole. That's a good fit. Peg, there we go. There we go. There we go. And then we use the cam locks to lock that into place. Yep. Over here. A little glue oozed out right there. Got my little paper towel here. I'll wipe it on. Then put a cam lock here. Tighten that one. Again. And a little glue oozed out there, which is no problem. Like that. That should be the last bit of glue. And that was the last of the cam locks, so I'm not going to need this bigger Phillips head screwdriver that I got. Next, we're going to do 5.2 attach 18, which is the cabinet door holder. Again, it's labeled. So 18 and 19. So there's the magnet door holder here. That's going to go up there, and that's the doors that are going to hit that. And the plates for the inside of the doors are already attached there. So I'm going to take that off and put that there. So I'm going to put those plates to the side. I'll know where those are, and we need to screw this with the magnetic plates facing out. So, and this has got, I'll get the screws there. It came with screws for this. And when you're doing a cabinet door, most cabinets have that have these are adjustable. You'll see it's gonna go up like this into the cabinet. There's slots here. So when this gets screwed into the hole, whoops, it's a good thing that had a magnet on it. You can adjust it forward and backwards a little bit if it gets crooked so that it can adjust better to the door. So you can just nicely, when you first screw it in, don't jam it all the way in as tight as you can. I'm gonna actually hand screw this one in. I suggest using hand screwing it in too. And I'm just gonna lightly put this one in right now. Oops. Walk a little closer here. And just hand screw that in right now, just so it's snug, but I'm not gonna screw it all the way down. That way it can go up and down a little bit, and put this other screw in. And then when we get the doors in and get the doors adjusted just right, then I'll tighten it down all the way so that we got the depth right for it. Again, that's just my suggestion. It doesn't give you those instructions there, but it'll help you by not screwing it in all the way. As such. Nice and loose a little bit. All right. Oh, and it's the laminate Magnolia oak sticker, I think stickers, or laminate stickers, vinyl stickers, that's vinyl. Here, same shade. We're gonna put that over the cam hole here. I'm gonna put it in the same direction that the wood grain's going, so it's a little inconspicuous. Well, it's not as sticky as I would think it would be. See how well that stays. Again, that's just a camouflage. I mean, nobody's going to see these in reality unless you're bent down, putting stuff in the cabinets, because you're going to actually be, I mean, this cabinet comes up to like here. So unless you're down, you're really not going to see those two. So I guess that's the only thing that I would say kind of looks the cheapest so far, besides plastic, which you're not going to see that when the doors are shut either way. But that's the only thing, because it's not an exact matching color, but it's close, maybe. You might not even, I don't know if you could see it on the pictures, but it looks pretty good right there. So that was step 5. Use 13 to cover carmichael, which we just did. Put that with my little trash pile over here. So step 6. All right, dowel rods, bag 2. So we got 4 little smaller dowel rods. Got our wood glue, because we're gonna need that. And bag 8, which is 6 wood screws. So 4 little dowel rods, 6 little wood screws. Whoa, look at that hair. Woo! Wood glue. Still faces the same direction. Oh, we're attaching the bottom E to this. So I'm going to scoot this up. Get my parts here. Put my directions down so you can see them. All right. I'm going to appears this is where it's not definitely as clear. I wish they would have gave another picture of it. So you see where the dowel rods are going to go on the inside here. It's going to go on the inside hole of the 4 holes. So, which is going to go into these larger holes here. So I'm going to put glue. Put glue here. I'm going to go ahead and put the dowels here. Or I'm going to put the dowels in here. I guess you could go either way. But which way do I want to do it? I'm going to do it. I'm going to put the dowels in at the bottom first with wood glue. I feel I was a little too generous earlier on with the wood glue, which is okay. Let's see here. I was. Enough for that one last hole here. So, go easy on the wood glue. A little bit. I'm gonna go grab my wood glue. Now again, there's plenty of wood glue. I was just a little too generous, I guess. However, if you didn't watch the whole, if you watched the whole video all the way, didn't watch the whole video all the way through and got to this part and you're out of wood glue, just take a moment, stop, run and go get you some wood glue. Need a dollar, maybe the dollar store or Lowe's or Menards or a hardware store if you got one close to you. Usually even dollar stores carry little bottles. Wood glue. This one's Elmer, and the lid is, the section at the top is seized. It's been a minute since I've used this. It won't pop open for me, which is okay. Just gotta work it a little bit because it's not going to stop a flathead. I'll put back in. No worries. And then I'm just gonna pop that open so I can use it. There we go. Just a little love. Little wood glue in the hole. Wood glue in this hole. Wood glue in this hole. Now question, since this is getting screwed to the bottom of this, to just give it a nice little wood glue in, but I doubt you need to the way it's being all doweled in and screwed in too. So, this is almost like a pedestal that it's sitting on. So we're going to put the dowels in, squish, it's going to squish out a little bit. It's okay, I wouldn't even worry about cleaning that up because when we put this into here, it's going to aren't even going to see it. So it's gonna be pretty nice. All right. Get my screwdriver slash my handheld screwdriver. I got my wireless or power screwdriver, handheld screwdriver. Move these out of the way so I can slide this in. I might this a little bit even easier for myself. Set this upside down on top so I can work. Because not everybody's going to have a table they're going to be working on. They might be working on the floor, so I might be able important to turn it upside down so you can just slide it straight down and screw it down. And then not to mention, I'm going to put a little glue in the hole so it's not going to run down all over the place too. There we go. And bring the base. And there's no front, back, California, New York on this one. It's equal, same machine holes everywhere. So I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to guide, and the instructions didn't specify either. I'm going to guide the dowel rods into the holes on both sides. Those are in place. So the only thing left to do on this is screw it down with the wood screws. So again, be careful when if you're using a power screwdriver. What's up, buddy? You want to do this part with me? No, you just want to watch, come in, being lonely. He's got his Lanky Box here, everybody. So Lanky Box is cool. He's into everything. Just try checking out his Lanky Box videos and some of our Pokemon videos too, because usually we do Pokemon cards, Lanky Box, toy reviews sometimes. Once in a while, I actually build something. But I'm gonna screw this in. Nope. Be helpful if I put the right bit in, because we still have the hex bit. Phillips head bit, which I always just leave my Phillips head bit on here all the time when I put it up in the garage, because that's typically what I'll use. So we're gonna have 6 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes. Double check. And we're just going to screw that into place. So this is where I can see maybe people's review of saying, hey, this might not be extremely sturdy, because all you have is 4 of those little dowel rods glued into 4 locations in these little 1/2-inch wood screws. They're going to be penetrating, a 1/4 inch of base and a 1/4 inch of the bottom. Just that's what's in 6 places. So, I mean, it's not going to be, you're not going to want to sit on it. But as far as putting, if you're going to put decorative things on it, or you're going to put, the base is sturdy. There's nothing going to hurt this. If I sat on it, this thing would break. But you don't, if you're going to put, dishes, shelves, books, I think it'll be just fine. So, again, you're buying at a retail store. It's not like you're buying at an antique store or a furniture store. And you're not paying thousands of dollars. I think this was like we got on sale for like $125. But for $125 for what this is putting together, I feel it's pretty sturdy for a piece of furniture. Because we're going to use it, if it turns out pretty good, we're going to get another one. And they're actually going to come over here, you go next to each other against this wall and use it as kind of like a, storage slash, for our dining room, dinners or whatnot, buffet top, that kind of thing. We could use that. So that step is done. Step 6. Excuse me. Step 7 is putting the back on, the particle back. So we're going to lay this stamp face down. So this is the back, this is the front. I'm going to continue to rotate it again and lay it face down now. Lift and bring it over. Oh yeah, it's definitely a little heavy now, so if you are not a lot of strength in your upper body, you might want to have someone help you rotate that. Because with all this together, it is getting, it is starting to get heavy. So, okay. So now we're going to be putting the back on. It says we need package 5, which is all these little wood screws. 1, 2, there's about 20 of them in here. It's supposed to be 20. When I counted them earlier, there were 20. I'm just going to double check. Because you know what? Sometimes I might have not counted all of them correctly. That's been known to happen once in a while. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then a piece of a tip of a screw. A little bitty piece of metal. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in the trash just because I don't want to accidentally just put it to the side and knock this little piece of metal, and then 5 years from now we're walking around and just so happen to step on that one right spot and get a piece of metal in our foot, and we're like, and have no idea where it come from. So, butterfly effect. Right, we're gonna get the back, which again is this 2-piece that's taped together. Particle board that's already pre-made, so this is gonna go like this because this is where the space cut out for it for the wall brace. It's actually the same color. I mean, it doesn't look too. It's pretty nice. Even if you're going to use it for, I think, a decorative piece of furniture, I think this is a really beautiful piece. And I think it was well constructed for the way, for its purpose and the way it was made. All the holes line up well. I haven't had any issues. I mean, I'm a definite. I haven't even got that completed, and I tell you what, unless we have some kind of gross pieces missing, it's a buy. And I think because we were going to put it together, we're definitely going to buy the other one to put next to it. So it's going to look good. All right, here we go. I'm going to just do the 4 corners first. Again, that's just backing. I'm going to, because they're taped together, I'm just going to kind of scatter. I'm going to go to that corner, then I'm going to go over here and look at this corner and line up the hole right there. There we go. Hole lines up well. It's kind of shifted a little bit, so I kind of moved it in its place. But again, once the shelves are in, there's not going to be any issue with this thing. Oh, guess I should have put that in. This looks nice. What's it say? Made by Merrillwood. It's a Mr. Kate from Target, by the way. It's made by Merrillwood Home. Distributed by them. It's actually manufactured in Merrillwood Home, 14 East 1st Street South, Wright City, Montana, zip code 63390. Made in Cambodia. Production date. It was produced on August of 2022. So a little over a year ago, 14 months ago. Sure, looks good. Usually something like back, older furniture, kind of like that, you'd have the little nails that you'd go in, but these things are pretty sturdy. Oh, there you go. You got the dropsies. I think if you buy one, I think whoever buys these will be very happy with it. Unless you're looking for something heavy duty, solid wood furniture, but if you're looking for a nice accent piece or a functional piece that you don't necessarily feel like you need a solid wood, it's good. It's good color. I don't know if you can tell the color very well. I mean, maybe in this lighting it looks maybe a little bit more yellow, but I mean, I don't know. It's nice. Kind of has a whitish gray with the oak. Drops it again. Grain. Yeah, this back's not going to come off unless someone rips it off or really punches it. I mean, this piece will never, unless you're moving it and someone really bangs it really good, or you move a house. But if we never moved and this always sits here, I mean, this will be a piece that'll be in our house until we are no longer on this earth. It's got a good color. I think it's always going to be a piece that's going to blend in well. I say that, then 20 years from now it's going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so 2023. But I don't know. This is kind of a timeless, in my opinion. It's going to have a good look that's going to last a long time. Fit in a lot of scenarios, especially because it's colored. Because white goes with a lot, and you can do a lot with white. Especially my wife tells me that. I trust my wife. I do. She knows what she's talking about. I learned so much from her. And I mean, it's like the dead on, like there's no extra pieces here. So if you have extra pieces, I just gotta do something real quick. I'll be right back. All right, so sorry, it took a minute. My oldest called, so I think he's watching, and he was like, "What are you building?" I'm like, "It's a cabinet for the dining room." So Keith Allen, if you're out there, hey buddy. So we'll keep building here. cabinet on. My kids, I'll tell you what. Yeah, that's my oldest, Kylian, Junior. And then my youngest, Kylian. My wife, Yuko. And a little dog, too. I'm excited to see what this is like. Okay, so what we got here. That was step 8. I lied. That was step 7. Step 8 is going to be anchoring this to the wall. I am not anchoring this to the wall. We don't have small children. The floors in our house are level. I'm going to put it together and then see what I want to do, but it's actually showing you in this step anchoring it to the wall-board, and then it comes with an anchor too. So I'm gonna skip this step personally, but depending on where you live, or if you live in a part of the country that's earthquake prone, I mean, I'm in the Midwest. I mean, there's a fault line in southern Indiana, but I mean, I can't remember the last time we had a little rumble in like years. But I mean, if you're in California or in another country like Japan, I mean, you definitely want to do your appropriate precautions here. Or if you have little kids, because little kids like to climb. So I would definitely, if you got little ones who are climbers, or you have a lot of little kids that come over often, it's worth securing that to the wall for their safety and for your own personal liability. So, peace of mind. So I'm skipping step 8, but that step 8 is mounting it to the wall, which would be that bracket here, which you'd go against the wall and put in, because the rest of it, I guess you'd do after you'd mount it, which I wouldn't necessarily mount anything until I was done assembling everything, but you drill a hole in the wall. This is 30 millimeter wall bracket. You would have to actually drill a hole in the wall to put this in, and it doesn't talk about a drill bit or anything here, but you would need a drill bit to put a hole in the stud. You'd have to find a stud. If there was a stud in the wall where you're putting it, if there was a stud, you wouldn't need this, but if it's just drywall, obviously you would need to use this into the drywall or some other form if you have a better version, you know, but if this is the one you would use, but you would drill a hole in the wall. If there's no stud, you would put this in the hole, and then you would put the cabinet up, and then you would screw this through the bracket into the hole here, and that would keep it against the wall as best as it could, unless something forcefully removed it at that point. All right, so I'm skipping step 8. Going step 9, which is the doors. So I'm actually going to move this into location. I might need some help, but we'll see how heavy this is. Again, the wonderful wife, wants them over here. So I'm going to gently move this from this location to here, and then we'll work on our doors. Unless it might even be better to just put the doors on so you can see it even better, since the camera's going to be staying there. And then we'll just end it without me putting it against the wall. That way you can just see, hey, this is what it looks like. So I might do that. So I'm going to put this up, lift. I'm going to be careful. I'm going to actually bring it at an angle here so that everyone can see the doors that I put on. I'm lifting it up and bringing it over. I don't want to drag it again on my wood table. So there's that. I might scooch this over a little bit just so you can see. So now, again, this is, you've got to remember, this isn't firm in place. We're going to adjust that finally when we do it. So step 8, we're going to need bag 3. That has 16 wood screws right there. Bag 10, this is going to have 4, not wood screws, they're hardware screws right there. I don't even know if I did you justice seeing it. See how hardware screws, they don't have a point, they're just flat, or machine screws. And then we'll need 2 handles, which I'll have the handles here. But while I'm working on these screws, I'm gonna go give these to the wife so she can take the screws off of this. Or the stickers off of it so it looks right. Kylian, when mommy gets done with the those handles, will you bring them in to me to help me out? You're awesome, buddy. You're awesome. So, we're step 10, okay? So, fart. Well, fart. I hope it was a good one. Hope you feel better. Everybody does it. If they say they don't, then they're not being truthful. So 10.1, attach H to C. So part H. Oh, so the doors are part H, part G. So I'll put G over here. Again, door H. There's a screen. And attach H to C with 3. So with wood screw. H to C with wood screws. I don't see right at all. Oh, well, yeah. Oh, we gotta put the. Okay, so. Okay, so here's anybody who's manufacturing the instructions here. It gives a picture of the latch here, but it doesn't tell you anything about the latch that you'll need to assemble the door and then attach it here, because it's going straight into attaching the door to the body of the shelf. So there's a correction on the menu there. So I'm going to get the latches. All right, so here's H. So it's going to go this way because the holes are here with those latches are going to go in. They're going to go in like that. So they're going to go in like that. This is going to go down. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on the door. So I guess you could put them on the shelf and then attach the door, but I just feel that would be complicated. You could do it either way. Do what you would like on that one. I'm putting it on the door. These are on the door first. I'm gonna screw these in with the wood screws. I'm not going to tighten it all the way just yet, so I'm going to make sure. These holes are huge, so that it should fit precise. There's not a lot of give here on these, so I'm going to just screw them all the way down. Again, I'm going easy. I'm not going full blown screw. you don't want to strip the hole. If you do, I mean, there's a few things you can do. You got something for me, buddy?
No. I don't.
You don't? Okay. And then these are going to go in the hole like that. Now, these do have some give on here because you'll see the hole is bigger here and smaller here. So that gives you the little room to wiggle it to adjust the door so that when it's closed, that if there's a gap, you can like straighten it out a little bit. So here we go. Hey, you want to help me do something real quick? No? All right. Solo mio. Do it tight because I'm going to make sure I have some wiggle room to adjust the door as needed. Oh, you do got the handles. Look at that.
I just got
Were
them.
you messing with me?
No, I just got them.
Oh, you just got them. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. He's funny. Love being a dad. All right. Necessarily know if I'm going to want to. I don't think I'm going to want to mess with anything on this one, because that looks pretty good.
Daddy, I got Oscar Mayer. Oscar Mayer.
You want me to open it?
I already
Is that for me? Oh, okay. Can you sing the Oscar Mayer Wiener song?
What?
What? Attach H to C, which we did with 3. I guess it's implied since it shows here that you have 3, but it doesn't talk about 17 up here, which is the latch. Attach G to B, and then attach the handles. And oh, is that for me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Don't grab me there. Okay, so I went to the next page. Step 11. Okay. So that's adjusting. Okay, so step 11 shows you how to adjust those hinges there's a screw here so we can adjust those hinges. So I'm gonna track back what I said about the screws, and you screw it in and then you adjust the hinges through that little bad boy right there, apparently. You can adjust the vertical height, adjust the depth, and adjust sideways. So we'll see. But one thing I've noticed that they haven't told you to do, I'm going to skip ahead here just to look. That's what I thought. Nothing in the instructions, and I was looking at it here. Okay, I take it back. In step 9, it does show mounting the magnetic plate over here. That's my fault. With bag 4. But it doesn't talk about bag 4. It shows it the bag 4 number down in here. That's why I didn't notice it, because it didn't specify in a big nice square up here. They could have put like the square down here and showed the little, see there's like all these squares of what you need to do here, and that's what I'm following. But down here there's just this little square with the bag 4 here. They should put like one of these square here and say step 9.1, 9.2, the 9.3, and point down here. There's a little correction that could help you out. Help people out at Merrillwood. I'm not saying you have to, I'm just saying whoever designed the instructions on that would have been a little bit beneficial. So this is going to go side to side, not up and down. Screw that in. Oh, pinch my skin in there a little bit. It's stuck in there. Get it out. Then I sure did, didn't I? Okay, not too bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on the door before I do any of the other pieces. On the opposite side over here. Again, this little plate, and there's only one way you can put it on. There's little nubs on the back here. Those little nubs go up against the wood, and then you put the screw in, and that nubs kind of keeps it from like rotating on you. That's what we do. There. Screw here, and the screws are obviously a different screw, so you can't really mix these up. You know, very different colors, size. That's specific for this little plate. Then I'm going to put the latches on. I feel if that went went well for me versus putting them on here and then trying to get the door on. This latch right here. That's just my preference. Again, you know, you don't have to do that way. It doesn't say which way you have to do it. That's the way I'm doing it. And this time I'm just, now that I went through that one, I'm just going to screw them in because they're machined. There's no adjustment, and knowing that there's an adjustment piece here, I'm just going to screw them all straight in. And then we adjust with that adjuster knob on the latch. That screw. All right, this one's going to go this way. We'll put one on the top and one on the bottom just to kind of get it all started. There's 4 holes. All you gotta do is line it up, pretty simple. There. Kind of hold this one. I didn't hold the other door because it kind of stayed. Screw this one in. Go now. And it's all about putting these other screws in. this one down here, the holes didn't all line up just right. So we'll see how this shuts. And these screws are for the door handles. All right, so let's see how this one looks. Oh my gosh, they look great. And there's supposed to be a gap. You see that? There's supposed to be a gap. I don't know. I don't recall we ordered it. If there, it's because some furniture is, supposed to have a gap. That's what it's supposed to look like. Picture doesn't show a big gap. Of course, that's just the drawing of it. It's not probably not the exact thing. Color photo of it somewhere. Guess we're gonna find out. So maybe that's why it was rough. Put the handles on, which are the last screws in the bag, because the last bag is the nubs for shelf spacing. So, and I'm going to hand screw these. There's just not a lot of meat that goes into these handles. If you look at it, we're less than 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/8 of an inch of a screw that's going to go into the handle here. So it's not going deep into the handle. So I think the screws could be a little bit longer, but again, if you're just using it to open, we'll see. There's no washer here, so it's just right into that particle board there. So I guess that's an improvement. I think I would recommend is maybe having a little bit of a washer here instead of just the depth screw. But most drawers, you open up a drawer and it's just a screw in the back holding the knob on. But so I guess that's just what I'm thinking. I'm not gonna squeeze crazy squeeze this down, because then you'll puncture the particle. That's what it looks like. Put this handle on. I don't know if you can see it better this way. I'll put it in the opposite direction. There's just that little bit right there. Two little bits holding this doorknob on, and that's a impressive. That's a painted metal to kind of look a little bit like brass, but that's painted. Which the handle is the same color as the grate. And the grate looks pretty good. It's enamel paint, so it's not flaking at all. Because sometimes when you open up some of this furniture stuff, now this is all laminate wood. This isn't painted wood. You'll see paint from where it was packaged. It wasn't completely dry and everything. So, you know what? I'm going to take that off and rotate it around the base. Because didn't notice it, but there's the holes for the backing of the. Let me see if I can get that out and fix that real quick. Because that glue's not going to be dry. So that was my error. So a happy little mistake there. You learned something. So now you know. I'll definitely know when we get the second one we put together. Because again, we're definitely buying the second one, because this is a really cool piece. It's been fun to put together. It's been easy. I can't remember the last time I actually had put glue on an item that I purchased from the store. turn it upside down. It just wasn't fitting the hole, so I turned the handle upside down. So maybe the handle was supposed to go a certain direction. I don't know. It just fit better this way, though. All right. So before I put these shelves on, I'm gonna fix a goof up I made. So I'm gonna lift this over. I'm gonna rotate it down. I don't want to mess up my table. And get it out of the way. And then I'm going to rotate it one more time. And bring it over. I'm going to take these screws out. And I'll take these 4 out. Actually, now that I think about it, it's going to have a hole for when I screw that in. So, what I'm going to do, okay, this is my fault. I'm going to go get some like gray crayon, white crayon. I'll fill in these holes. Not even going to see it unless she watches this video, and I don't know if she'll watch the video all the way through. So, I'll fix that. That's my fault. But for future reference, when you're doing that, make sure those holes are on the back. Learn it together. Yep, that's exactly what I'll do. Guess I'll just take a look at this and just see how that hole looks. You know what? I will turn it around. That hole is, I think that will end up looking better. No, that's in the bottom. Nope. It is. No, I'm good. I thought I was wrong. It's not the base at all. It's not the base. Which is weird because I followed the way it had me go. Anyway, yeah, that's okay. Now, easy fix. So I'm going to, all we gotta do is put the shelf on now. I'm gonna sit it on the floor over here, put the shelf on. You guys can see how that looks. And that's gonna be F. We'll adjust the doors too once we get it in place. I'll make sure. So step 10. Step 11 is adjusting the doors, but I want to adjust doors upside down. And then step 12, which is the final step. So, I'm going to carefully rotate this towards me. Okay. And then I'm going to rotate this carefully onto 4. Make sure I don't. Again, you don't have the upper body strength, you're going to want someone to help you put it together or maneuver it around. Can I see it? Bring it over here a little bit more, closer to this wall. It might be how the handles are supposed to be. All right, so the shelf, the one shelf that it has, and it has these grooves already cut out into it, so that when we put the pegs in, so I'm gonna say middle. Can't go wrong. We'll see. And then shelf in. That is obviously the back because there's no laminate right there. Bring it in. Up. And fits down. So now I'm going to play with the shelf gauge here to see. So this is supposed to move it front and back. Like the one I'm screwing now is going to shift the door further right or left on the. We'll see. Oh, hold on a second. It's tension. Okay, there we go. Raise that tension. All right, so I need you to. I love you. You're doing great. And I love that you're helping. So sit up on my leg over here so Daddy can shut this door to see how far that comes open. Okay, so that comes a lot better that way. And you're a little bit. Tighten it.
Can this be mine?
Do you want this to be yours? You know what? You're gonna have to battle your mom for it, okay? And then we'll go from there.
Okay, I will defeat her.
You'll defeat her? Okay, so tighten. That's supposed to tighten. Alright. Looks good. So that's, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, so loosen, do the same thing over here. Loosen that. Loosen that screw. And the instructions are in the, there we go. Bring it out a little bit. Brings it out. Let you bring it forward. That's solid. Solid.
She said I can have it.
She did. Okay. Did you tell her thank you?
Bye.
adjustments there. Does. Brings it out, closes that gap. That's spot on. Oh, so this is, now we got it. Tighten the magnetic strip where it belongs. Finalize that. Okay, reach it up. Okay, of course not. And then the only thing I wish it would have had a stop down here on the bottom door, because the bottom of the door, it only latches up here, and the bottom door kind of has some give to it. But I think that looks pretty good. I think that's going to meet approval. Definitely button another one. So easy clean up. And make sure there was nothing else in the steps. Shelf did that. Step 12, maximum loads. Okay, maximum loads for this is, this unit has been designed to support the maximum load shown. 30 pounds is the top shelf. So definitely don't sit your children up here. It's going to be good for food. 20 pounds is the second shelf, 30 pounds bottom shelf. So exceeding those load limits could cause sagging, instability. Okay, so it could support that, but if you put anything more weight on that, it's over time, it's going to bow, kind of like if you have one of those, again, it's particle board too. So I would put any heavy things on the shelves towards the end, towards the pegs, not in the middle. But yeah, it's going to look good. So this is the Mr. Kate accent table, Magnolia oak. We purchased it again at Target for on sale in October, towards the end of October 2023 for about $127.99, about 130 bucks. So I say it's a definite buy. So I'm Keith, and I appreciate you coming and watching. Right now we're about at like an hour and a half, hour and 35 minutes, somewhere around there. So it'd probably take a lot less than that without having to go back and forth and doing all the stuff I was doing. So Kylian, you want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye everybody. And see our other videos. And if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. All right? Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.